Good evening, everybody. This is take two. This is our training and orientation call being held on Tuesday. It is the 28th of October. Welcome to everybody. This is a platform call where you get to ask all your questions about patching, questions about LifeWave, questions about um, how to business, how to create a business, how to get started, what to say, what not to say, all those kinds of things. So I am going to open the floor to everyone, and you are welcome to ask. We usually start asking patch questions first and business questions second. It doesn't really matter. So who has got some questions for me? Because I have been talking to myself for 10 minutes, so it would be nice to have a question now. Okay, so I take it then everybody knows everything because there's no questions. So it was a very nice seeing you all. Goodbye. All right, so let me do this. This is going to be for the recording for people that watch afterwards. So how to patch with X39. X39 is our foundation patch, and this is the patch that you use to elevate your specific copper peptide called GHKCU. And what this copper peptide does, it has many, many benefits, and one of which is to wake up dormant stem cells. Stem cells are incredibly important for our bodies because these are the cells that move around the body that are able to bring healthy cells to any area of the body that is struggling, unhealthy, been injured, etc., etc. And what happens is from the age of 30, your number of stem cells start to reduce. They go dormant. And then by the age of 60, you have hardly any stem cell activity. So the body is waking up these stem cells and helping it produce more healthy stem cells. The way to wear your X39 patch is to put it either on the base of your neck or below your belly button. You can patch anywhere on the body because the wavelengths of light are going throughout the entire body. So you can put below the belly button or below the neck. And then if you hurt yourself or you have an area of concern, if you've like got a stiff shoulder, you can patch on your shoulder. If you've banged your knee, you can patch by your knee. You can move the patch around wherever you want. And then once you've dealt with those issues, you can put it back below the belly button or at the base of the neck. There is, on occasion, some people that are allergic to the adhesive on the patch. About 5% of the people are allergic. And if there's a couple of things, make sure when you take the patch off that you wash it with warm soapy water so that you get all the sticky off. Sometimes you can take the patch off, but some of the sticky still remains. And then if you keep patching over the same area, sometimes you might experience a little bit of irritation. And if that occurs, like I said, wash it with warm soapy water and also patch in alternative spots. So you can patch one day below your belly button and the next day at the base of your neck. And if you're still getting irritation from the patch, then you can put it on your clothes. The patch works both ways. So you can put it on your clothes, providing it's touching your skin. You can do it that way too if you're struggling with it from that perspective. It is very important to stay hydrated. So please make sure you're drinking at least 125 ml of water every 30 minutes or 5 to 6 big gulps. Of course, if you're thirsty, you can drink a lot more water, but please know that when you're quenching your thirst is not the same as hydration. When you're just quenching your thirst, what happens is it floods your cells and your organs and you don't get hydrated because it's too much at the same time. So yes, you can quench your thirst, but to hydrate, you do it differently. You sip water every 30 minutes. It's also a good idea to add electrolytes. You can add Celtic salt to your water. You can make up natural electrolytes with lemon, honey, and ginger. And if you do prefer to buy electrolytes, please make sure that it doesn't contain sugar. The patch you wear for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You put the patch on in the morning, take it off at night. Generally, it is a daytime patch. But if you may be flying, changing time zones, things like that, then just work it into your schedule the way it works for you in the time period when you can stay hydrated. And the reason why you only wear it for 12 hours is because there's a few reasons. One, when you sleep at night and you relax, that's when the body attempts to reach homeostasis. Homeostasis is where all the systems of your body get to go back into balance because you're relaxed, you're relaxing your nervous system, and then your body can get its communication going. All the cells communicate with each other, and that can occur. And that's when your body, the stem cells get to work and they do the repair, the rejuvenation, the regeneration, the healing, etc. During the day, you're activating them. At night, they get to work. Also, you don't want the body to get used to the trigger. It's called attenuation. So that's why you've got to have a 12 hours off, because if the body gets used to it, it's like if you drink coffee all day, every day, eventually you don't get the same trigger from your coffee because your body gets used to it. So the same thing applies to patches. Then also, please manage your expectations. You may have a sore knee, but the stem cells may go to a different area of your body first to work there before it gets to your knee. The reason for that is because your body has its own innate wisdom. So the stem cells know where to go first and what is priority. The stem cells will always work with priority. And also sometimes if you've like got something going on in your gut, maybe something needs to change in your liver first in order for your gut to heal. So everything is related, but there is going to be a priority in which things are going to change. Also, so manage your expectations like that. So like know that it may not address the area that you're concerned about right away. It may come later. And also suggest you track your changes. So when you start patching, write down all the things that you would like to change with your body and the areas of health and things of concern. And then once a month or so, maybe every 2 weeks, it's totally up to you, like go through all those different areas and just look at what's changed. Because sometimes the body changes, there's like subtle changes and you don't notice the changes. And then because over a period of time, the symptoms go away, you forget you had the symptoms in the first place. And then it's really nice to track so that you can see, wow, look at how, amazing these patches are and what they've done. And I can give you an example of that. Is I wrote down a few things that I wanted to change with my body. I patched because of my age, not because I had any health issues. I was going through menopause, and the patches helped me tremendously with that. I mean, to like reduce your hot flushes by 95% is pretty life-changing because they were very uncomfortable. But one of the things that I had written down and I'd forgotten about it is that I had very stiff sore hips in my 30s already. I couldn't sit down and cross my legs because I couldn't get up again. And then I'm a horse rider, so I had very stiff hips. And then like it kind of got worse. And then it got like when winter came around, if I did not sleep with my legs straight and they were bent, then they would get very sore and wake me up at night. And I didn't realize that had gone away, that had changed until one day I jumped off my horse and my friend jumped off her horse and she was like all bent over double. And then she go, and then I realized, oh, actually my hips are not stiff anymore. I can get off and stand up straight and I'm not waking up at night. So just like track those changes for yourself because otherwise you might not notice some of the things that change. And it's pretty amazing. You don't realize how many things do change if you're not tracking it. And then there'll be random things that occur that you weren't expecting or they weren't priority for you at the time. So track your changes. Okay, when you start patching, some people do start experiencing detox symptoms. And detox symptoms are nausea, diarrhea, skin issues, headaches, fatigue, things like that. And it may occur for a couple of days. Please don't panic if you're going through these detox symptoms. It's actually brilliant because that means the patches are getting to work and they're eliminating things from your body that is not good for it. So you go through the detox. Now, if the detox is really, really uncomfortable, and I don't know, if something is occurring and you've got to go to work or something like that, you can reduce the amount of time that you're patching for. So you can like drop it down to 3 hours a day and then increase it to 6 and then increase it to 12. If you want to. I would suggest though, if you can push through, that will be better because once your detox is done, and you may go through detox more than once in your journey with the patches, because as your body reverses through the symptoms, you may need to detox another part of your body, or something else might be going on. There's also a thing called retracing, which means that you might not have symptoms for a while, and then all of a sudden symptoms come back. That is just an indication, again, the patches are at work and they're busy changing things in your body. So please don't panic if symptoms come back. Just hang in there for a while. And then that's kind of retracing. It's like going backwards through the symptoms. So it's retracing, managing expectations, protocol. Minimal protocol is to wear the patches for at least 3 months because then that's when you start noticing the changes. If you only patch for a month and nothing happens, then you're not giving the patches enough time to work. The thing is, these different conditions or aging occurs over a long period of time. To expect your body to heal or change or repair or rejuvenate in a month, I think, is an unrealistic expectation. So please commit to at least 3 months. And if you've got lots of symptoms, go at least 9 to 12 months before you judge whether the patch is working for you or not. Some people, I mean, Candace, who sponsored a few of us on this call this evening, it took her 18 months before her inflammation markers came down. But when they did, they're pretty much normal now. And it was worth the 18 months for her to patch, because otherwise it's, other alternatives that you have to use to try and get your inflammation down, and they come with side effects and not so great for the body either. So please be patient. Most of us have already committed that we are going to patch for the rest of our lives, or until David comes up with something else, which he's very likely to do. Knowing David, he comes up with all kinds of amazing ideas and ways of taking care of our bodies and being healthy. So it's expectations, how to patch, detox, retracing. The longer you patch, the healthier you get. Not talking longer than 12 hours, but the longer in terms of number of days and months and years. Does anybody want to add anything? Have I forgotten anything? Is there anything you'd like to add about patching and X39? Cool. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody good? Okay, amazing. And then also, that we have other patches. The other patches are supplementary patches. So X39 is always our foundation patch. That is the one we always start with. Now and again, depending on what's going on, you can start with Aeon. Aeon is a brilliant patch for reducing inflammation and relaxing the nervous system. So it's a great supplementary patch with X39. Okay, Shelly Ann, if you've got a question, you're welcome to type it in the chat. We can pick it up here. Okay, more on Aeon and SP6. Okay, cool. All right, so Aeon is if you've got somebody that's incredibly nervous, is maybe ADHD or something like that, Aeon is a great patch to start with because it relaxes the nervous system and reduces inflammation in the body. Extreme stress increases inflammation in the body. And then what happens is if you patch with the X39, then they work really well together, because then the inflammation comes down and the stem cells can go where they're required. And if affordability is an issue and you want to handle the stress first, you can start with Aeon, and then later on, as things improve financially, you can add the X39. But 99.9% of the time, X39 is the first patch you start with. Then we have a patch called X49. X49 is the daughter patch to X39, and they both work with different copper peptides, but they're a great combination for performance. So X49 works with bone density, muscle stamina, the cardiovascular system, and it also provides an EMF cage around the body, which protects you from EMF radiation and things from your phone. And we've actually got videos where they muscle test, where somebody doesn't have a patch on, has the phone against their chest, and I don't know if you know how to muscle test. So if it pushes down, if it's weak like that, then there's something going on. And if it's strong, then that means something's working. So just the cell phone on the body, and then the arm's weak. And then they patch with the X49, and within seconds, that arm doesn't move. They're strong. So it just shows that the patch is working with the body, and it provides that cage for the radiation, which is really great because we spend a lot of time on our phones now. Our whole life is on our phone. So it's really great to have the X39, X49 combo, and it's called our performance. It's our performance pack. So if you're an athlete or something like that, it's also great. If you're recovering from illness, it's also great combination. Then with the Aeon, like I said, it reduces the inflammation, relaxes the nervous system. So that's like our happy patch. And then we have another patch called SP6. SP6 works with balancing hormones and reducing cravings. So my personal experience, I've used SP6 because I'm going through menopause. And what I've noticed is I naturally gave up chocolate and I naturally gave up coffee. And I didn't even have to decide to stop drinking coffee or stop eating chocolate. Now, I do eat chocolate from time to time, but I don't eat it every day. Don't drink my chocolate. What? Eat my coffee and drink my chocolate. Anyway, so both have changed, and I didn't have to, like, oh, I've got to give up coffee because, I don't want to, I drink too much coffee or whatever. I didn't have to do that. It just naturally happened. So that's really amazing with SP6. So it's great for balancing hormones, assisting with menopause, etc. Then we have a patch called glutathione. Glutathione is part of the detox. It does detoxing the body, and it also boosts the immune system. So if I feel fluey or like I'm getting a cold or something, I'll put glutathione for a few days, and then I like sorted. And glutathione, you only need to wear 2 to 3 times a week. It's not an everyday patch. All the other patches can be everyday patches. And I've also heard, I think it was Dr. Jens O'Sullivan, that said for SP6 to balance your hormones, you've got to patch for at least 6 months to get your hormones regulated. Glutathione and carnosine. Carnosine is really interesting. So I started using carnosine a few weeks ago, and I found that I actually have been patching with it when I've been playing paddle, and it's been interesting how my game has changed because carnosine works with the brain. So that's pretty cool. And then we have silent nights. I was going to say sleepless nights. Wear sleepless nights so that you can be sleepless. That's called silent nights. And it's the patch for people that have insomnia and don't sleep so well. We also have a patch called Alavida that works with improving the skin. Alavida is really great too if you've got some scarring from some accidents or operations or something like that. It also improves the skin, obviously, and it also improves your sleep at night too. And then we have Energy Enhancer. I like Energy Enhancer. When I have to play 2-hour Americanos paddle, then I wear Energy Enhancers. And it's a 2-patch application. So all the patches except for Energy Enhancer and Ice Wave are all 1-patch application. Energy Enhancer is 2. There's a tan patch, there's a white patch. You put the tan patch on the left, you always put the tan patch on first, and you put the white patch on the right. All the patches come with leaflets, and the positions that you can patch are in the leaflets. So just look for the guide there. And then Ice Wave, Energy Enhancer is the very first patch that David created, and he created that for the Navy SEALs for the US government back in the day because they were using a lot of stimulants to stay awake, etc., on missions, and they wanted something different. So that's how David discovered that you could use light frequency to release the energy from the mitochondria of the cell and improve your energy. So Energy Enhancer, again, great for performance athletes, great if you're recovering from illness, if you perhaps got chronic fatigue, things like that. If you can boost X39 with the Energy Enhancer. And then we have Ice Wave, which works for pain. So you can wear ice. I mean, generally speaking, you wouldn't need to wear Ice Wave every day. You just use Ice Wave when required. And it's also 2-patch application, tan patch on the left, white patch on the right. We have a link tree. If you go to the link tree, there's a video on the different positions on how to patch with Ice Wave. And there's also a pamphlet. There's a bracket method, there's a clock method. There's different ways to work with Ice Wave. And with Ice Wave, you have to be patient because thanks, Deb, everybody's bodies are different and you're interrupting the pain cycle, but you don't know where that pain cycle is. So you've got to experiment with the patches to find out where the sweet spot is for people because everybody's sweet spot is different with Ice Wave. So please be patient with that. And what you do is when you put the tan patch on first, say you're going to use the clock method, you put the patch on where the point of pain is, you just take off half the sticky at the back. And then you start by putting the white patch at 12 o'clock. And again, just take off half the sticky. And then if that doesn't relieve the pain within, say, 15, 30, 45 seconds, then you move it to the 3 o'clock position and try there. And then move it to the 6 o'clock and then move to the 9 o'clock and see where the relief comes in. If that doesn't work, you can try the bracket method. If that doesn't work, you can try the base of the feet. For all over systemic pain, the base of the feet often works really well. You can patch with X39 at the base of your neck, Aeon below your belly button, and Ice Wave on the balls of your feet. Again, all of this is about affordability. And if you can only afford one sleeve of patches, X39 is your patch. That's the one that you go to. And then you can add on others if you can. And if you can't, don't worry, X39 handles everything eventually anyway. Okay, there were some questions in the chat. Let me just go look for these. Okay, maybe more on Aeon and SB6. Okay, Cecilia, is that good, or do you require some more information on those two? Well, I've gone back to last week's thread. Oyster's dress starting with X39. Parkinson's, yeah, X39. Parkinson is neurological, so probably you could add carnosine if they've got if it's affordable for them, and if there's pain, add IceWave. But I saw a really brilliant video with someone the other day that just patched X39, and he basically wasn't really with it and was quite depressed and couldn't move, etc. And now he climbs roofs and fixes things. So,
Jen, can you share that?
Yes, I will.
Please.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just sending me a WhatsApp just to remind me in case I forget,
Yeah,
I'll happily send it to you.
I'm looking for it as well, but I can't find it.
Yeah, and I'll get it because I sent it to someone the other day. What if somebody doesn't want to use X39 but starts with SB6 for menopause? That's fine. I mean, let people choose what they want to choose. Just make sure we are letting people know that X39 is the base patch. But if they prefer to just start with a supplementary patch, they can. You can wear any of the patches on their own except for X49. X49 has to be worn with X39. But you can just start with a supplementary. That's no problem. Just so long as they know that X39 is our base patch, and then allow them to choose.
Okay, thanks, Jenny. I have let them know that they should start with X39, but I think finance is paid, so the budget is like 2,000 rands,
Then
so
go with
according to South
XP6.
Africans, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, super, thanks.
Cool, you're welcome. Cool. Any other questions on patching? Anything else you'd like me to expand on? Anybody in the group that wants to add something?
Tell me something I wanted to find out. I'm patching now for more than going for my second month, you can say nearly.
Cool.
I went through the detox state, in the start in there. But this Sunday, for some unknown reason, I was tired. I was so tired. I got up in the morning, had my tea, whatever it is. I was supposed to start cooking, and something, went on in my mind, and I said, no. I went back to bed and I slept. I literally slept.
Cool.
I got up again and I told my son, I don't feel like doing anything. So he tells me, go back to bed then. So I went back to bed and I literally slept the whole day. Is that normal?
Okay, so first of all, there's no such thing as normal. There is what does your body require? And if your body requires that rest and that repair and that sleep, then you honor your body and you do that. The thing is, the patches are non-transdermal. There's nothing going into your body.
Yeah.
Your body's own stem cells are not going to harm you. The increase in peptides is not going to harm you. If you want to research that, if you research copper peptide, you'll see how many benefits you receive from copper peptide. So when your body wants to repair and regenerate and heal, it needs to rest. And if you've been pushing yourself really hard, which most of us do, right? We're pretty programmed and conditioned to do. And how many times have we thought, I'm just going to sit on the couch for 5 minutes, but then you start thinking about, I haven't done this and I haven't done that, and I've got to get to that, and I've got to phone this person and, wash this and clean that and admin that. Honor your body. So if you have an awareness your body wants to sleep, let it sleep. It's repairing and healing while you're sleeping. So I think that's amazing. And it may happen again in 2 months, and it may happen again in 2 days, and it may happen again in 2 years. We don't know.
But the difference in what's going on with me now is I know I'm not fatigued. So there's a vast difference between being tired and fatigue. I've picked up on a difference because previously I've been fatigued.
Yeah.
And fatigue meaning 2 o'clock in the morning, you will get me still awake and I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And that means my body is so fatigued, it won't rest.
Yeah.
Now, with the patches, I've noticed that sometimes 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I feel like I'm tired and I would actually rest. I will actually sit down and rest because my body will say, you can't go forward.
Yeah.
You need to sit down and rest. And I rest. And my sleep is like 7 hours, where I would not sleep 7 hours solid. I would sleep 2 hours, wake up another 2, wake up another, sleep an hour, and it would continue. Now I sleep a full 5 to 6 to 7 hours solid without getting up at all. So it's changed. It's changed quite. So I realized the difference between being tired and being fatigued. There's a vast difference.
Yeah, there is. And there's also a difference between being tired and relaxed too. Sometimes your body, you can just relax. When your nervous system's getting regulated, you relax. And it's not tiredness. It's just, I'm relaxed. So and that's the amazing thing, is because you're patching, you're becoming more aware of your body, and you're becoming more aware of your body's needs, which is really important. Our bodies are amazing. We were not taught as kids to honor our bodies and take care of our bodies. We were not taught to have good nutrition and exercise and good sleep. We were not taught that as kids. We've been taught to push our bodies like they're machines. But our bodies are actually a great gift to us, and they're part of our consciousness journey, because they're letting us know when we're in resonance, when we're not in resonance. They let us know when we've got something that's not working for us. You can feel it. But the thing is, when you are overstressed and you're pushing yourself so hard, you're putting stress on your body, because your body is part of you and you are part of your body. You can't do things from a do perspective without it having an effect on your body. So now when you start patching, because you're increasing the light and the frequency within your body, you're actually becoming more aware and conscious at the same time. It's pretty special.
No, definitely. Another question I have: during pregnancy, which patches should the persons not use? Is there any patch?
So there have been no clinical trials on pregnant women. It's a personal choice. And there's stories of plenty of women patching during pregnancy and breastfeeding, because remember, you're not putting anything into the body. It's light frequency, but it's a personal choice. So you can just let the people know, look, or the ladies know, there's no clinical trials, and there are many people that patch during pregnancy and breastfeeding. But we've got no scientific anything on that. Yeah.
I'm sorry about this. I have so many questions.
Please ask all the questions. They're all the contribution. Go for it.
Yeah. I read somewhere something about copper contributing to some cancers, that when you have cancers, you're not supposed to have something to do with, anything to do with copper. Is there any relation to that, or can you explain to me something on that level?
Well, that's kind of probably a medical question. However, first of all, you're not putting copper in the body. You're elevating your body's natural copper peptide.
Yeah.
And an increased copper peptide has, let me just find my little blurb quickly, and then
Because that's what they're worried about, that increasing the copper peptide by using the patches, it's increasing the levels of copper in your body. So doesn't that affect the cancer cells?
Look, they're going to have to do some research. But
on that,
GHKCU, the copper peptide, which is the specific copper peptide that X39 elevates, the human peptide GHK has multiple biological actions, all of which, according to our current knowledge, appear to be health positive. It stimulates blood vessel and nerve outgrowth, increases collagen, elastin, and glycosaminoglycan synthesis, as well as supports the function of dermal fibroblasts. GHK's ability to improve tissue repair has been demonstrated for skin, lung connective tissue, bony tissue, liver, and stomach lining. GHK has also been found to possess powerful cell protective actions, such as multiple anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions, lung protection and restoration of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, fibroblasts, suppression of molecules thought to accelerate the diseases of aging, such as NF-κB, anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and anti-aggression activities, DNA repair, and activation of cell cleansing via the proteasome system. I might have pronounced that incorrectly. Recent genetic data may explain such diverse protective and healing actions of one molecule, revealing multiple biochemical pathways regulated by GHK. And this is a PubMed study on regenerative and protection actions of the GHK-Cu peptide in the light of, and I can't see the rest of it. So there's a PubMed study on this. I'm going to put this in the Beyond Manager group. So I'll just put it in the big group actually. So you can have a look at that, and you can then give that to the person.
Super. Thank you so
Does
much.
Does that help? Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Remember,
it does.
we
It
never
does.
give medical advice. We don't diagnose.
Yeah, no
we
claims.
Don't anything like that. People have got to do their
no
own
claims.
research and then make their personal choice. There are all the PubMed studies and clinical trials are on the This Is It info.com website and in the LifeWave website as well. You can find those. And then research the benefits of GHKCU. And that will help. Yeah.
Thank you
and remember,
so much. I will do that.
Yeah. And you're activating your own body stem cells. Your own stem cells are not going to hurt you.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. Okay. So Spurs alert. I'm going through the questions quickly. Parkinson's, we've chatted about. Aon and SP, we've done. Okay. There's a lady inquired using just following. Whoa, gosh, that's a lot. Okay. So the thing with, we got asthma, eczema, diabetes, menopause. Absolutely go for it. Epilepsy. Now, it's interesting because I did actually sign someone up who had epilepsy and she had arthritis and something else. And I have seen testimonials for people that have epilepsy and they've been fine. She went to her neurologist, I think, and asked him if she should use the patch, and he said no, he advised against it. Now, the reason why the medical practitioners say no is because they don't understand the technology. And in terms of their liability, they have to say no if they don't know. So it will be the person's personal choice again. And if she wants to do work with medical supervision, absolutely. She needs to do that. But then I would suggest that she tries to give the medical practitioners the information so that they can actually do the research themselves. So I have seen people that have had success with epilepsy, but there's no guarantee. There's no clinical trials. We can never guarantee any kind of success with it. It's going to be a personal choice with that one. But definitely seen results. Oh, thanks for doing the scoliosis one too. So definitely, so she doesn't want to go with the doctors. Okay, then let me put it this way. If it was me and I had all those things, knowing what I know now and having seen all the testimonials I've seen, I would patch. But that's my personal choice. So you're going to have to give her as much information as you can and then let her choose if she doesn't want to go with the doctors. Because we can't give anybody any kind of guarantee that they're going to have any results with anything, because everybody's bodies are different. Their conditions are different. Their upbringing is different. Their beliefs are different. Their nutrition is different. Their genetics are different. So it's, we just have to suggest to people, make a personal choice and try. I'm sorry, I don't have a more conclusive answer than that, but we can't guarantee anything. Please don't ever tell people they're definitely going to get results. You can say, we've seen lots of stories, lots of testimonials. People have had a lot of reduction in symptoms, but do not say that we're going to cure or anything like that. People need to try it for themselves. Make sure that they do enough research. Let them go through all the stuff on this is at info.com, go through all the stuff on LifeWave's website, and do research on GHKCU, and then they can make an informed decision. Me personally, I would.
I just posted the picture of the scoliosis woman with X39 and IceWave.
Yeah.
It's a great
and also
picture,
remember,
guys.
it is. And remember that, okay, so that she had these remarkable results within 4 weeks. It might take somebody 10 months to get the same result. So please manage your expectations and manage your clients' and brand partners' expectations, and don't put something out there that thinks that they're going to be symptom-free within 2.5 seconds. There are one patch wonders where people get results straight away, and then some people take longer. So please be aware of that, because you don't want people to be disappointed if they're like after 2 weeks they've still got a sore knee. They're going to say, "Oh, it doesn't work." But in the meantime, the stem cells have gone to the priority in the body, which might not be the knee, it may be somewhere else. So that's why we always educate people. You've got to go at least 3 months and to get the maximum results and to get the optimum results is to go at least 9 to 12 months. And then from there, you just keep patching and you stay healthy, fit, and all the good things. If people do decide that they have to stop patching, there are no side effects to stopping patching. It's like you take a multivitamin, you stop taking multivitamin, you stop receiving the benefits. It's the same thing. You stop patching with X39, you stop receiving that, you just like the copper peptide doesn't get elevated anymore. Your arm doesn't fall off, you don't lose a toe, you'll all be fine. There's very serious faces now. You know that was a joke, right? Oh, dear. Cool. Any other questions about patching? Oh, thanks, Deb. Why we should continue to patch is so your little toe doesn't fall off. Told you.
It's a fabulous, how she explains it is really great, you guys. It's really, really great. I send this to people who are, I don't know.
Yeah. It is tough, right? In the first few months, if you're not getting immediate results, or if you're not, like if you're patching and you're not, I'm going to say you don't have some big issues going on with your body and you're patching to stay healthy and young, etc., and there's a bit of a financial issue, you've got to we're so used to making decisions based on money instead of making decisions based on health. Like, look at it as like, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy for as long as possible. I want to be able to enjoy my life with a healthy body for however long, whatever, and use that as your priority rather than the money thing. And I understand it. It's like you can make a decision to stop patching because of a financial situation. And if you have to temporarily, that's fine, but might find a way to get patching again. And remember that you can find a few customers with this business and you will earn a commission. And with a commission, you can pay for your patches. Or if you're a customer yourself, you're not a brand partner, but you're a customer, you can upgrade to the PC Plus. And then by finding some customers, you can earn credits and you can use the credits to pay for your patches. So there are a few ways that you can create an extra income to pay for your patches. You can build a business just to pay for your patches and you don't have to build a bigger business. Or you can build a business for a little bit of additional income, or you can build a business to replace your income so that you can quit work or do something like that, or you want to go traveling, whatever. So you tailor make this business the way it's going to work for you and fit into your lifestyle. And all of us are together in this community to support that in any way you need to be supported. I got a little bit sidetracked there. We went into business. So let's just make sure, are we done? Is there anything else we need to ask in terms of patching? It's always 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Follow the protocol in the pamphlet as to the positions. You can patch in different areas if you need to, if you've got areas of concern. IceWave, you can patch for longer than 12 hours, especially unless you're using IceWave every single day. If you were using IceWave every single day, then patch for 12 hours. If you're just patching for a short period of time because you've broken a toe, you know, that poor toe that didn't fall off or got broken instead, then, you know, you can patch for longer. And the patches, generally, that we do not have clinical trials on this either, but they last between 16 and 18 hours. The nanocrystalline structure of the patch breaks down from the heat of your body, so they don't last for days and days and days. I mean, you can keep it on, but there would be no point. When you take your patch off, you can choose, personal choice, no scientific proof, no clinical trial, that you can put it on a partner, a child, an animal, a plant, because there is a little bit of lifespan left in the patch. So you can do that, but that's a personal choice. There's no scientific data to back that up. So you can experiment with that and see how that works. If you suddenly get this huge orchid, then you know it works. And if it goes bloop, then you know the patch should run out. It's rocket science, this. I should have been a scientist or a professor. Yep.
Jenny's actually quite cute. You're cute. There's got to be humor in what we do. We can't just always be straight face. Yeah. Gotta have fun.
Thank you. Cool. Any other questions on patching? Amazing. So you can build a business. You can have two different types of networks. You can have a customer network and you can have a brand partner network. In order to have a customer network and a brand partner network, you need to have signed up as a brand partner. If you've signed up as a customer and you choose to just have a few customers to pay for your patches, you can do that through the PC Plus, the Preferred Customer Plus option. You pay $25 for that, and then you can send your link to other people, and then they can join you as customers, and you will get credits. You do not earn money as a preferred customer, you earn credits, and you can use those credits to pay for your patches. If you decide then you want to generate an income, then you change your account from preferred customer to brand partner. Very easy to do. And that's that. If you're a brand partner, you can have both. You can have a customer network and a off track just a little on the new plan. How different is the new plan? Very different. Don't ask us any questions because we don't understand it yet. All we can tell you is we've gone from 4 ways of generating an income to 9. And yes, we know some of them because they're still part of the old plan, but there's been some new enhancements. So we're still trying to figure it out. So basically, and I'll get to, it's actually the best thing to do is follow the strategy because the strategy supports the compensation plan. So you can extract the best benefits from the compensation plan by building strategically as is taught by the ZZ team and the strategy, which I'll talk about now. So you can have two networks. You can have a customer network, and the benefit of having a customer network is that every time somebody purchases patches, you receive a commission. So if somebody buys X39, you will receive $20, and if they buy supplementary patches, you earn $10. And that comes into your account immediately. Now the payout, what happens is you have the cycle runs from Monday till Sunday night. And then whatever gets purchased in that period gets checked the following week. And if it's all like nobody has sent anything back or whatever, because you've got a 30-day money back guarantee as a brand partner and a 90-day money back guarantee as a customer, so there's no risk, then once your commissions have been validated, they will be paid out the following week. So you get paid out like 10 days after the end of the cycle. Yeah. And that comes out immediately. If you build as brand partners, now, the difference is customer network you're building on your own. A brand partner network, everybody's building into the network. So it grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. Everybody has 2 teams. One team, everybody has 2 teams, and we're all building together. But that's based on volume. So you've got to get to 750 points first before you start generating your first commission. Which is fine, you can do that. You probably need about 10 brand partners, each purchasing 1 sleeve of X39 to get to 750, and then you get a percentage of that. I think manager is 5%, I think, the first 1-star manager. If you build a customer network, you have 6 to 7 customers, your X39 is paid for because you've got 7 times $20. $140. Your patches are paid for, delivery is paid for, and your tax is paid for. So if affordability is an issue, get some customers, quick sticks. Get the customers in. They're going to be on monthly subscription, so that money is going to come in every month. Your patches are paid for. So that's like job 1 done. Job 2 is then build your brand partner network and start going. Then you start going manager, 1-star manager, 2-star manager, 3-star manager, and then you go director, and then executive director, presidential. It's based on volume, but it's volume in 2 teams. And you want to try and keep your 2 teams at the same volume because you get paid on the weakest leg. So if you've got 1,000 PV in one team and 500 PV in the other team, you're going to get paid on the 500 PV. But there's a few ways that you're going to get paid, so that's not the only way. And I can't speak to all of it right now because I'll probably need more fingers and toes. So here's your strategy. You go manager. You go manager by putting 1-star manager, putting 1 person in your left team, 1 person in your right team, and they've signed up on the advanced package. If they don't sign up on an advanced package, do 4. Do 2 left, 2 right on core. And then you repeat it. And then you repeat it. And then you repeat it. And then what those people do that want to build businesses, they do the same thing. So they've got like do their teams and they do their teams. And this thing goes around the world into the 75 countries plus. because you now have a global online business. You are not holding stock, you're not taking orders, you're not doing delivery. Our job is to share. We share the information on the benefits of having healthy stem cells. We share the information on how the patches work. We help people get started and help them get signed up and get their orders in, etc. And you get rewarded for that. For having an impact on people's lives is what we get paid for. Now, if you've listened to all the stories that have been going on in all these teams, that we are changing lives. We are literally like, if you heard CJ's testimonial earlier of how it's regulated her kids' nervous system so that they now can communicate better, that's life-changing for parents. You know, when they're really struggling with children that are like super alert, super aware, got a lot of energy running through them, you know, they're like not quite sure where to take it all. They're taking on so much stimulus from the external environment. If you can down-regulate that and relax it, it's life-changing for parents. When kids are starting to sleep, if you listen to Tanya's story of having MS for 20 years and where she thought she was on, her trajectory for her life was, I'm going to have to change my house so that it's wheelchair friendly. And now she doesn't even walk with a walking stick anymore. This is the kind of impact you can have on people's lives. And if you're willing to care enough and talk to people, and it's not an easy business because there are people that are going to say no to you. They're going to say, no, you're mad, it's a pyramid scheme, this is a gimmick, it's placebo, it's blah, 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 blah. So you're going to hear everything. But if you're willing to push through that, you can become very wealthy. And it's not about getting to convert people. It's about inspiring people to have a different life, to have a different spiritual reality, a different financial reality, a different physical reality. And we have the solution for that. What do people mostly complain about? It's either their health or their finances. We have a solution for that. So be willing to talk to people and build your networks around the world. And the way you start that is, like I said, you start going manager. One left, one right, one left, one right, and off you go. Set a target to have 20 of your personal people in left team and 20 personal people in your right team. Now, they're not going to be just you, right? They're all going to be adding in as well. But you want to go 20 left, 20 right. That'll build a really good structure for a business that's going to keep growing. And if you want a bigger business, you do it again. And if you want a bigger business, you do it again. You get rewarded by helping people to become successful, showing them how to get started, how to talk to people, how to follow up, how to get their businesses going. Then you get matching bonuses. That's one of the bonuses, is a matching bonuses when you help people become successful. This whole compensation plan is geared for everyone to be successful. This is a performance-based business. It's not a position-based business. It's not about the person at the top earns all the money. If I get started and I introduce 2 people and I do nothing else, and these 2 people build big businesses, I will get some money. But the people below me will earn more than me because they've worked harder than me and put more people in than me. So that's the reason. So it'll go to people get rewarded based on their efforts. It's not about position. There is an advantage to having a position, obviously, but if you don't put in enough personals, you don't get the same, you don't earn the same as everyone else that have put in more personals. So I would suggest this is at team.com. All the training, all the strategy, everything is on there. It's also in our link tree. Duplicate the system. Try not to stray too much from the system. The system there's 10 steps. 1, know your why. Make a vision board, write it down, know why you are doing this business, your short-term goals and your long-term goals in terms of your lifestyle, etc. You want to pay off debt, you want to travel, you want to be financially free, you want to take care of some family members, you want to contribute to or start a charity. Excuse me. So know why you're doing this business, and then you get a book or you use the new app, the NowSite app, where you can put in all your contacts. And you put in everybody that you know. You may not talk to all of them, but put in everybody you know or write down everybody you know on a list. I was very naughty in the beginning because I thought I knew better because I had done the direct sales business before, so I don't need to write down a list. Well, that didn't quite work because then I couldn't remember who I'd spoken to and who needed to be followed up, and what a mission. So get a little bit organized. Don't be like a little bit arrogant like I was. Get organized. Follow the system. So what? Who cares if you have to write down a list of people? It doesn't it doesn't matter. You're going to be wealthy from it. And then get in touch with your active upline and practice your invite. And literally all you need to do is invite people to Zoom calls. Because when people are on a Zoom and they see everybody else in the Zoom, it gives it credibility. People go, oh, this really is a thing. They hear testimonials. They're going, wow, this really is getting results. It's not just a gimmick. Oh, this is a really financial sound company. Oh, it's a visionary. Oh, it's been around for 20 years. Wow, we've got 200 patents. Wow, we've got longevity. We can build a legacy business because of everything that's coming along in terms of product development, etc. If you can get good at inviting people to Zoom calls and then getting good at the follow-up, then you will build a good business. But you're going to have to learn some skills because this isn't something we've been taught. If you've worked in corporate, these skills are not taught to people in corporate. And also we have to learn some leadership skills because as you build teams, we are going to be leading people. And trust me, leading people is fun and very interesting sometimes because, people do strange things from time to time. So you've got to know how to lead through all of that. Cynthia?
Yeah, just to add to the Zooms, getting people to the live events, and there's quite a few coming up, is so important because they literally feel the energy in the room and of the people and the excitement. So as many people that you can get to Cape Town and you can get to Sedgefield that's coming up and Joburg, especially because it's a corporate event. And I think early next year we might have a roadshow around the country. So get people to events. Let them do the work for you.
Exactly. Thank you. And the Zoom calls will do the work for you as well. The presentations. Let us do the work for you. So know your why. Yeah, we'll work for you. Know your why, do your list, and then practice your invite with your upline. Then we're going to invite the people either to a Zoom presentation or you can do a one-on-one and you can invite your upline to be on the one-on-one with you so that they can contribute and help you talk to people about the business. You can have your own Zoom launch. So if you want to invite 50 of your friends and you get your upline to help you and we'll do presentations for you, you can invite a whole ton of people to your own Zoom. You can do a Saturday afternoon at 2:00. Hey, I want to invite all my friends and family and get started fast. You can do that and we will support that and we will contribute and do the presentations for you. Then once you've done the presentation, you've shared the opportunity with people, then you do the follow-up. It's a separate call. Sometimes people sign up straight from the Zoom. They don't need a follow-up. They say, yep, I'm in. I've heard about it before, wasn't quite ready. Now I'm ready now. I'm ready to get started. And then some people need 6 to 12 follow-ups. Everybody's different. It all depends on where they're at in their lives at the time. If they're like kind of need to go through a paradigm shift because they're used to the pharmaceutical and the medical industry and they've never heard of frequency therapy or energy therapy or anything like that, you've got to give people time to like do their mind shift to say, okay, maybe this is a possibility for them. And then you help them get started the right way. Like Cynthia said, is invite people to events because the events do the work for you, absolutely, because they get the energy and they get the vibe from there. And duplicate the system. So there's 10 steps. I may have missed out 1 or 2 of the steps, but please go on to This Is a Team. The steps are all there. So if you build and then the strategy is to go manager, go director, go executive, etc. And it's basically you just build up more and more volume. And as you increase your volume, so you take advantage of the new comp plan that I can't explain to you. So just know that you'll get paid. Then also, and then be willing to learn the skills, right? Become professional at this. This is as much fun as we're having. It's also a serious business. We are changing lives. So you want to get educated and you want to get skilled on how to do the invite, how to do a follow-up, how to get people started, how to lead, how to communicate, how to handle objections. There's so many different things that we need to learn, and it's a learn as you go. So don't wait and you can get paralyzed by learning. You can get hooked into oh, I've got to watch this first, and I've got to watch that first, and I've got to get good, right, and perfect before I get started. You don't need to. You have an upline, will help you. And even if you do make a few mistakes along the way, it's not a train smash. You're not going to get fired. We're not going to kick you out. You're not going to get retrenched. This is not corporate. This is your own business. You have your own business, but you're not in business by yourself. So we will help. But get professional at it. Because if we can get professional at it and people can start looking at this industry as an alternative career, an alternative form of income that really supports people, we can change things amazingly from whatever people think about direct sales, etc. What else? Oh, mindset. Mindset. So 80% of this business is mindset, just by the way. It's that voice in your head. If you are going to listen to that critical voice in your head, it's going to be hard. You've got to find ways to not listen to the critical voice in your head. You've got to find ways to not be the effect of people's points of view. One of the tools for that is to just say in your head silently, just think, interesting point of view, they have that point of view. Oh, this is a scam. Interesting point of view, they have that point of view. You want to take the trigger off that and take the edge off that so that you like, okay, that's their point of view, but I have more information. I know it's not a scam. I've seen too much. I've been to too many events. I've seen too many testimonials. I've listened to too many things. I know it's not a scam. They don't know it's not a scam because they don't have as much information as you have. So you don't want to be the effect of their point of view, because often, especially in the beginning, people say negative things. And because you're still assimilating your information and you're still trying to find your own legs and your own belief and your own confidence, it can influence you because you think, oh shit, maybe I've got, oh sure, but maybe I've got it wrong. And then they and then you start going down the rabbit hole a bit. The worst one for me was when people say to me, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. I'm going, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, but that's illegal. I don't want to take my friends and family into a pyramid scheme. We're going to end up in jail. But then once I realized, oh, it's not a performance-based network. It is it's not a position-based network. It's a performance-based business. And I got to understand the difference between an illegal pyramid scheme, which gets shut down really quickly. The financial, I can't remember what they're called now. They changed their name. But there's a financial association, financial institute something that check up on all these illegal pyramid schemes, and when they get reported, they get investigated. Now, LifeWave is in its 21st year. It's in over 75 countries. I promise you, they have been tested time and time again because to prove that they are not. You have to prove that you're not a pyramid scheme and that you're a legal business. But you need to get that information so that when people say to you, oh, it's an illegal pyramid scheme, you don't get affected by that because you have the information, you have the correct information. People love to go on Google and anybody can put anything on Google and nobody fact checks Google. Now, people go onto Google to go and get like proof or information or whatever. And of course, there's some valid information there, but not all of it is correct. Not all of it is in context. So be aware of that too. People are going to do what people are going to do. And you're going to say, okay, but I went to the source and I researched the source. I looked at David Schmidt. I listened to his talks. I go on his webinars. I listen to my upline. I hear their integrity. I listen to what they say. I go to the source where everything is happening and I make my own opinion based on what information I'm receiving and researching here. You go to Google, it's out of context, it's not all accurate. I'm not going to research a multi-million-dollar business that can benefit me on Google. And that's kind of just, you've got to get that posture. Thank you. You've got to get that posture with people because it's the crab syndrome, right? If you're the only crab coming out of the bucket, the other crabs are going to try and pull you back down because they don't want to climb out the bucket, but they don't want you to climb out the bucket without them. Does that make sense? It's kind of just, how some people function. So you don't want to be the effect of them. So interesting point of view, you think it in your head, don't say it out loud because it can be offensive unless you want the person to go away. Well, that's an interesting point of view. We'll make them go away. But if you don't want to do that, say it silently in your head. It's not to make them wrong. It's so that you are not the effect of their point of view. That's what the thing is. You don't want to be the effect of their point of view. You have your own information. You've done your own research. You know. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Okay, so besides that, is there anything else that you have a concern about? Oh, the price, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, how much does it cost to buy a cup of coffee every day or a cappuccino? Okay, so did you know that X39 is about 71, 72 Rand per patch per day? It's just over the price of a cappuccino. So you could maybe, if affordability is an issue, then maybe don't buy a cappuccino every day. Rather have a patch so that you can be healthy. Do you know what I mean? There's kind ways to say this. This isn't like make people wrong for their point of view or anything like that. It's not that. we got to meet people where they're at and see if we can inspire them to something different, inspire them to do different research, inspire them to try patching, inspire them to change their financial future. Making people wrong will just put them in defense, and then it's conflict. It's not going to work. So follow the strategy, take care of your mindset, find things. There's lots of free content on YouTube that support a healthy mindset. One of my favorites, and I know there's some people that don't enjoy him because he does swear a lot, is Joe Hudson, but he does have incredible content and really amazing techniques on helping you get out of the critical voice in your head. There's also Dan Morell. He's also really good. I enjoy him too. And even Rhonda Byrne from The Secret. She's got some great ways of staying positive, attracting what you would like to attract. Because at the end of the day, your point of view is creating your reality. So in order to change your reality, you've got to be willing to change your point of view. But you also can't change to change your reality if you're in reaction to something. You have to neutralize your reaction first before you can go for what you want, if that makes sense. So if you're going, I don't have enough money, and you're in reaction and resistance to I don't have enough money, and then you've got a positive affirmation, money comes to me easily and freely, it's not going to work if you're still in reaction to the negative, because that's where your energy is going. And the universe doesn't work with positive or negative. It brings things to you where your reaction and your resistance or your energy is. So if you neutralize that, interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view, so that you can release the reaction, and then money comes to me easily and freely. And then you can attract money to you. Now, this is a very simplistic way of working with these tools. Please go to those guys, or you can come to, we have a mindset reboot every first Monday of every month, where we share some more of these tools and techniques to take care of this monkey mind. Because monkey mind is only giving you what you've already experienced in the past. It doesn't give you future possibilities. So you want to go to your inner knowing to access the possibilities. Don't get hypnotized by your mind. It doesn't help. The mind's meant for visualization and imagination. So keep visualizing the life you would like to have. Cool. Let's see if there's any other questions. Anybody got any other questions? It turned out to be quite a ramble. Any questions? Okie dokes.
Can I just ask you something quickly about the comp plan? Jen,
No,
Deb was talking
about the comp plan. Okay, what's your question?
Just it was mentioned about 9 weeks. What is the meaning of the 9 weeks?
That's for the business bonus launch. That's for new people.
Okay.
That when you sign up, one person in left team, one person in your right team, on advanced package, you will receive $25 per week for 9 weeks. If you sign up 2-2, you get $50 per week for 9 weeks. It's a business launch bonus to help people afford the patches in the beginning while they're building their networks and accumulating volume. And then you will receive a matching bonus as their sponsor, because you are obviously helping them get to that.
Okay.
Kenny, one stupid question again.
Yeah.
I've got my.
What do you do if I give you a stupid answer? Just saying.
I'll laugh at you. I'll laugh at you just like you've laughed at us. Okay. I've got the lady that joined under me. She's on core. Now, if she she used upranks to advance.
Yeah, upgrades.
Will I fall into the new bracket, or will I still be commissioned on the old?
No. So the business bonus launch, the business launch bonus started yesterday. Yeah. So it's for new people that signed up from yesterday in the future. People that have already signed up, we don't have access to the business.
So even if she upranks, even if she upranks, if she goes to advanced.
No, if she signed up before yesterday, no. But if she does upgrade, you will get the difference between core and advanced bonus. Because remember, there's a product introduction bonus. So when you sign
Yeah.
up on core, it's $35. If you sign up in advanced, it's $75, I think. You'll get the $40 difference. I might have the
The
months
difference.
wrong, but you'll get the difference, yeah. And the
Okay.
benefits for the person upgrading is when you upgrade from core to advanced, you get 3 sleeves of X39, and because you're paying the
At
difference,
240, yeah.
it's
$240.
$80 a sleeve, yeah.
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 And tell me, she's got to rank up in the same month. She can't do it next month, am I right? Or she can, if she wants,
You
if
can
she doesn't,
upgrade it anytime. You don't have to wait.
anytime.
Yeah,
So
anytime.
if she doesn't do it this month, she can do it next month.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
And then once
perfect.
she's upgraded as much as she wants, because we've now got 4 sign-up
Levels,
enrollment kits, then you can go on to maintenance. So there's maintenance
Yeah.
kits, and in the maintenance kits you get discounts as well for purchasing volume.
Yeah, I did see that. It's quite big discounts on
Yeah,
20
there
packs
is.
in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, that is in the link tree as well. You can go look in the link tree, and I've put a summary in there of the difference between the
Okay.
packages. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Jenny.
that question. Thank you. Actually, I have to go and change it because I've got to put the new enrollment kits in now too. Huh. Okay. Any other questions?
Jenny, I have a question,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
No.
Just with regards to approaching like health shops, practitioners, so not individual people, what is the best way about going? Well, yeah, how to do that? What is the best way?
So do you
To
already
invite
have
to a
relation?
Zoom?
Yeah, it depends. Do you already have a relationship with them?
Some of them yes, some of them no.
Okay. So it will be the same. Invite them to the Zoom. And then, so if they've got a retail shop, you can sell from the shop, but the way they do that is they buy at wholesale price, but they have to sell at retail price. And then they would be holding stock, which means they have to buy the stock up front. The way
Okay.
we're building as individuals is everybody's getting their own accounts and they're ordering online and getting it delivered. If you want to stock it in a shop, then they have to sell at retail.
Okay.
But then obviously if they bought X39 at $99 and selling it at $149, because that's the retail price, they get $50 every time they sell out of the shop, which they're welcome to do. There are pharmacies that do that.
Yes. Okay.
If
Jenny,
they were going to do
Jenny,
that,
I'm not going to say stupid question. I'm going to say inquiring question.
Yeah.
With certain multi-level companies, you're not allowed to sell in pharmacies, for example. So with LifeWave, they can put it on the shelves.
They can.
Like
However,
pharmacies, they can.
the thing is, but this is why David didn't put the products into the medical industry, because he didn't want the sleeves to just sit on the shelf where people were not, there wasn't a personal interaction. People weren't promoting and sharing the information. It kind of just like if you walked past X39 on the shelf, it wouldn't even trigger you because you'd have no clue. So the way the one pharmacy that I know of that is selling from their shop is they have a nurse in their pharmacy and she sells it. It's not on the shelf as such. They stock it, but it's not sold from the shelf, if that makes sense. They have a person there that is talking to people.
That makes sense.
And sharing the information. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Mandy, does that help?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah,
you're
that's
welcome.
great. Thanks.
Cool. Cynthia? I know Cynthia wants to add. This isn't a question had. This is, I'm going to add.
Wait, there's more.
I
the pharmacy you're talking about, I remember asking Can specifically, and I think they had to get permission from LifeWave from compliance.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
That's
I did
what
not
I
know that.
remember.
I wasn't aware of that.
Please just clarify with Cans because that's a number of months ago. But
Thanks.
I was also inquiring
Cynthia.
about that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Cynthia.
Pleasure.
Yeah. And also when people sign up, if they have a business, you always sign up in your personal name. You can add your company's name to your personal information, but you have to sign up on your personal name, not on your business name. Cool. Any other questions? Oh, Sandra's getting points for Budapest. Yes. So, thank you for that. So you guys know that we have an incentive trip where you earn points. This is different to building a business. This is different to the points you accumulate for volume to earn a commission. But there's a different criteria that if you rank up, if you help other people get to ranks, sign people up, sign customers up, you get points. And then if you get enough points, you get a free trip and free accommodation in Budapest. We've got 4 months. It started yesterday. There's 4 months to qualify for this incentive trip. And then you go, I think the trip's in May. Pretty special. So how that works is you'll buy your own flight to Budapest and you will get reimbursed. The accommodation is prepaid. So once you get there, the accommodation's paid, your food's paid, etc. Pretty much most of it. So that's very exciting. If you like incentive trips and like to travel, you can get a free trip. And Claire has won. She qualified for the trip that's just the qualifications just finished. And she is going to Bahamas. Thank you. I'm going B. I know, right? Because I'm already in Budapest. I'm like,
on the group
I've
every
moved
day.
on. I've moved on.
She's gone.
So Claire qualified for the incentive trip to the Bahamas. So she's going to the Bahamas in February.
Yeah.
A lovely boat trip in the Bahamas. Cool. Thanks for reminding me about that, Sandra. Okay, so Zoom presentations, Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 8. To training on orientation, every Tuesday evening at 8. Mindset Reboot, first Monday of every month. Saturday night training with senior presidential directors from the This Is It team on their YouTube channel, usually every Saturday evening. Our next events, Cynthia's already spoken about Sedgefield, Cape Town, and then the LifeWave corporate event in December. This Is It team have another online, you can be in person and virtual online training in January. Then their next one is in August. And LifeWave's corporate global event is in October. So please make sure you have all these dates. The conferences are paid for events, but all your other training is for free. And it's all available on the This Is It team website. And also please use the link tree if you have any questions. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then if the questions aren't answered, you're very, very welcome to put them in the WhatsApp group or go to your active upline and ask them. And I think that's it from me. Anybody got questions? Amazing. So thank you very, very much, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, Jen, everybody, for being here.
Thank you for all your questions. Really grateful for questions because they help everybody.
Thanks, Cynthia, Deb, Deb and Cynthia and Jenny.
Well,
thank you.
Thanks.
This is what I love about LifeWave. We're a team.
Yeah.
So
we're from all walks of life. I see we've got quite a few different. I've got my downline who's even with me, and my upline is here even. Yeah. So we've got a few of our people on here.
And that's a benefit of network marketing and this type of business. It doesn't matter your experience. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner. It doesn't matter whether you have a degree or a professor. We all start at the same place and we all get skilled in this the same way. So yeah, no exclusion, everyone included. Yeah. Thanks very much, everybody. It was wonderful to see you all here.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
Good evening. Bye.
Good night. Bye.